Welcome to Board Games Galore. My name is Chris. This channel we cover the top 5 board games. If you like, please click the thumbs up and subscribe. So let's begin. Top 5 Witches board games. First is Whirling Witchcraft. There are 2 to 5 players. The ages are 14 years old and older. There's 15 to 30 minutes of gameplay. Being a witch is all about wielding powerful magical ingredients. But be careful, one witch can only wield so much power before everything blows up in their face. Choose your recipes wisely to clear your workbench and fill your cauldron. The first player to overflow their nemesis with enough ingredients wins. Up next is Ravensburger Broom Service. The ages are 10 years old and older. There are 2 to 5 players. The playing time is 45 to 75 minutes. To be brave or cowardly? This question runs through a game of broom service like a red thread. You constantly have to decide whether you want to take a risk, but more rewarding action, or whether you prefer to be cautious and safe, creating a real sense of tension and excitement. Breaking an opponent's spell and removing their tactical advantage can lead to truly magical moments. Additional advanced variants add even more variety. Broom Service is a bluff your opponent game which rewards planning, intuition and brave, and sometimes cowardly, play. Next is Libellude Seasons. The ages are 14 years old and older. There are 2 to 4 players. The gameplay is 60 minutes. Assuming the role of one of the greatest witches or sorcerers of the time, you will be participating in the legendary tournament of the 12 seasons. Your goal is to raise the most victory points by gathering energy, summoning familiars and magic items. If you amass enough crystals and symbols of prestige, you will become the kingdom's most illustrious mage. Optimize the cards through skillful combinations, using the seasons wisely to access the energies of crystals, and become the new archmage of the kingdom of Zidit. In a first phase, select 9 power cards at the same time as your opponents. Do the right choices, because they will determine the rest of the game. Acclimatize to the season to make the most of the actions proposed by each roll of the dice. Collect energies, invoke magical and familiar objects, and collect enough crystals, symbols of prestige. Up next is Discworld the Witches. The ages are 12 years old and older. There are 1 to 4 players. There's 45 to 90 minutes of gameplay. The Witches is set in the magically charged land of Lancer. Players take on the role of trainee witches, such as Tiffany Aching and Petulia Gristle, learning their craft and dealing with all the problems, both petty and serious, that life on Discworld can throw at them. A subtle blend of headology, magic and, of course, the all-important cup of tea will see our heroines tackle everything from a sick pig to a full-blown invasion of elves. Each player tries to be better at everything than the others, while also cooperating to prevent crises from escalating. Life can be tough for a young witch in Lancer. Last on the list is Salem 1692. Witch Hunt Game. The ages are 13 years old and older. There are 4 to 12 players. The game has 20 to 40 minutes of gameplay. I have included the manufacturer video. After it plays I will return and talk more.
The year is 1692 in the town of Salem, Massachusetts, and there has begun to be whisperings of witchcraft. Will you be the hero who purges your town of evil? Or will you be wrongly accused and hanged? Or perhaps you will become a witch yourself, escape conviction, and bring Salem to the ground. To set up the game, shuffle the town hall cards and give 1 to each player. Each of these characters has a unique ability that players can use during the game. Next, remove the Knight, Conspiracy, and Black Cat from the deck, and then give each player 3 cards. Shuffle the Conspiracy back into the deck and place Knight at the bottom. Finally, create a deck of trial cards according to the table in the rulebook. This deck will contain not a witch, witch, and constable cards. These are shuffled and distributed evenly to each player. If you begin the game with a witch card, you are a witch, and your goal is to eliminate all non-witch players. If you do not have a witch card, you are a townsperson, and your goal is to find all the witch cards. Play begins with the witches secretly giving any player the Black Cat card. This card immediately puts the recipient at a disadvantage and provides the first clue as to who may be hiding as a witch. Play then begins with the player who was given the black cat and proceeds clockwise. On your turn, you may either draw 2 cards from the deck and end your turn, or you may play any number of cards on any other players. Cards with a green border produce a one-time effect and are discarded after use. Cards with a blue border create continuous effects until they are removed by another card, such as the scapegoat or curse. Cards with a red border contain either 1, 3, or 7 accusations. If you believe that someone is a witch, you can accuse them with these accusation cards. As soon as a player receives 7 total accusations, the player who laid the final accusation gets to reveal one of the accused player's trial cards. If a witch card is found, the discovered witch is out of the game. If a player is innocent, they are out of the game as soon as all of their trial cards have been revealed. If on your turn you draw a black card, it must be revealed and played immediately. If conspiracy is drawn, all players must take a face-down trial card from the player on their left. If you receive a witch card, your objectives change and you join the team of witches. If you lose your witch card, however, you still remain a witch for the rest of the game. If night is drawn, all players will close their eyes, and the witches will secretly choose to eliminate one player. The player with the constable card will attempt to save someone by placing the gavel token. After the night is over, but before the witch's target is revealed, players who are feeling threatened will have a chance to save themselves by flipping over one of their own trial cards in exchange for immunity. The night phase is facilitated either by a non-playing moderator or through use of the kill cards included in the game. As soon as all of the witch cards have been found, the townspeople win. If at any point only witches remain, the witches win. In Salem 1692, you'll need to create alliances, use logic, and observe other players' actions and mannerisms in order to find and eliminate the witches. Otherwise, the whole town may soon be overrun with evil.
Hunt down the witches before you become one of them. Will you be the hero who purges your town of witches, or will you be wrongly accused and hanged for witchcraft? Or perhaps you will become a witch yourself, escape conviction, and bring Salem to the ground in hysteria. Gather cards to accuse, or defend, other players. Deciding who to trust is key to survival, since you can never play a card on yourself. Well, that is it for the countdown. Thank you for watching. Please comment below if you have any questions or just want to say anything. Don't miss out. See you next time.